How does menopause affect our bone health? I'm Zainab, I'm the pharmacist from PillSorted Pharmacy, and I'm going to discuss what are the changes that menopause brings about in our bones and how can we help protect our bones. Menopause is a major turning point for our bone health because when the estrogen levels dip in our body, it causes the rate of bone loss to become much faster. So that means our bones become much more fragile. And why is this important? Because we talked about osteoporosis, which is the condition that our bones become quite fragile and less dense. And when we reach our 50s, half of women will experience a fracture in our bones because of the osteoporosis and bone loss. 20% of the bone loss actually happens in this transition time of menopause. So that's why it's so important to take note of it. Now, how does it show itself? So fractures is one of them. In our wrists, in our hip, in our back spine, it really is debilitating. It causes us losing our independence. But other than fractures, it's about our height shortening, our posture changing, so becoming more stooped. And also another one is losing confidence, because one of the other changes in menopause is that you start gaining weight, and especially in the middle area. So you're not confident in being as active as always, worried about losing your balance, that you might fall, and these affect women. Now I want to talk a little bit about the biology of the bone before I go into details about treatments and what to do. Bones are living organs. They are constantly being broken down and being rebuilt. That's a really important thing to consider. And there's two layers of the bone. So the bone structure has got one thick outer layer, which we call the cortical bone, and that gives us the strength and standing up. So it gives us the skeleton part. There is a inner layer of it, so it's a spongy network, a sort of layer, that's called the trabecular bone. This layer absorbs impact, and it's especially important because that's the one that gets affected with the hormonal changes. So during menopause, this inner layer is the one that gets affected. Now, there's two important types of cells in our bone, and what they do is they constantly break down and renew, and this is called the bone remodeling. So it's very tightly regulated, and what it does is the osteoclasts are the cells that break down the damaged and old bone, and the osteoblasts renew it and build the new bone. When estrogen dips, the osteoclasts become faster, so they start breaking down the bone much faster, and the osteoblast can't renew it fast enough. So over time, this leads to a net bone loss, and it causes our bones to become thinner, more fragile, and leading to fractures. Now, having these in mind, what can we do to protect our bones? There are three important pillars to protecting our bones during menopause. One is exercise, the other one is nutrition, and the third one is medication. For exercise, any weight-bearing impact exercises that you can tolerate, so running, walking, cycling, these are really important. They help your bones understand that they're useful, and they do help with coordinating between your muscles and bones and your balance. So they're extremely important, as well as strength building, because muscles are the core important things that protect our bones. So exercise is really important. In our nutrition, we really need to make sure that we've got enough calcium, we've got enough vitamin D, and we've got enough protein. These will also be very important because if we want to manage our weight sustainably during menopause, making sure that you've got the right nutrition is really important. Now, the third one is medication. So we have talked about HRT because they are the hormone replacement therapies that will help replenish the female hormones that have become much less, and they have a very long-term protection effect for our bones and our heart. So definitely talk about HRT to your healthcare professional. So as a recap, menopause is a time of many changes for our body. We want to make sure that we protect our bones. We want to make sure that we keep within the healthy weight range. If you want any advice, please feel free to reach out to us for that safe clinician-led advice. Thank you.